Before we begin our journey tonight, a brief note. This episode of Sleepy Psychology is brought to you by the SAC Center, a leading telehealth clinic specializing in the testing and treatment of autism and ADHD. The SAC Center proudly serves all 50 states, bringing expert care directly to you wherever you are. To learn more about their comprehensive services and how they can help, please visit saccenter.com. Welcome, weary traveler, to a space where the edges of the day soften, and the mind begins its gentle drift towards slumber. Tonight, we will explore a quiet corner of human understanding, a place where the intricate dance of authority and individual will was observed, revealing subtle truths about our own nature. We speak of the Milgram Experiment, not as a jarring historical event, but as a whispered story, a gentle current in the vast ocean of psychological insight. Imagine, if you will, a time not so long ago in the early 1960s. A young psychologist named Stanley Milgram, working at Yale University, began to ponder a profound question. The world was still grappling with the shadows of World War II, and the horrific acts committed under the guise of obedience were a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for both good and ill. Milgram wondered, could ordinary people, simply by following instructions, be led to inflict harm upon another? It was a question born of deep contemplation, a desire to understand the forces that shape our actions, often without our conscious awareness. He designed an experiment not with grand theatricality, but with a quiet, almost clinical simplicity. Participants who believed they were part of a study on memory and learning were assigned the role of teacher. Another individual, secretly an actor, was designated the learner. The teacher's task was to administer electric shocks to the learner whenever a mistake was made during a word pairing task. The shocks, of course, were not real, but the teacher believed them to be. The voltage was said to increase with each incorrect answer, ranging from a mild tingle to a level marked as XXX danger, severe shock. The setup itself was designed to create a sense of legitimate authority. A man in a gray lab coat, a calm and assured presence, would instruct the teacher to continue, even as the learner protested, cried out in pain, and eventually fell silent. The protests were carefully orchestrated, designed to elicit discomfort and doubt in the participant. Milgram was observing not the act of shocking itself, but the inner struggle, the quiet conflict between one's own moral compass and the persistent voice of authority. As the experiment unfolded, something remarkable and perhaps unsettling began to emerge. A significant number of participants continued to administer what they believed were increasingly painful shocks, even as the learner cried out and then fell silent. They hesitated, they expressed concern, they asked if they could stop, but when assured by the experimenter that they must continue, many did. It was a revelation, a quiet whisper that echoed the broader historical questions that had prompted the study. It suggested that the power of situational factors, the subtle cues of authority, could profoundly influence human behavior. This quiet revelation, this glimpse into the human psyche, rippled through the world of psychology. Before Milgram, much emphasis had been placed on individual character, on innate goodness or badness. But his work introduced a powerful new perspective, that the environment, the social context, the presence of authority, could sway even well-meaning individuals towards actions they might otherwise deem unthinkable. It shifted the focus from solely internal dispositions to the intricate interplay between the individual and their surroundings. In the decades that followed, Milgram's findings became a cornerstone of social psychology. They prompted countless discussions and further research into the nature of obedience, conformity, and the dynamics of power. It led to a deeper understanding of how groupthink can emerge, how seemingly harmless requests can escalate into more significant demands, and how easily individuals can become enmeshed in systems that encourage behavior they would normally reject. For the individual, the quiet wisdom of Milgram's work offers a profound insight into our own lives. It encourages a gentle introspection, a moment of pause to consider the forces that shape our decisions. How often do we comply with requests, not because we genuinely agree but because it feels easier, or because we defer to someone in a position of perceived authority. It might be in the workplace, where we follow procedures we silently question, or in social settings, where we go along with the group even when our own instincts suggest otherwise. The lesson here is not one of condemnation, but of gentle awareness. It reminds us of the importance of cultivating a strong inner voice, of developing the quiet courage to question, to challenge, and to refuse when something feels fundamentally wrong. It's about recognizing the subtle pressures that exist around us, the unspoken expectations that can guide our actions without our conscious consent. It encourages a sense of agency, a quiet reclaiming of our own will. Think of it as developing a sensitive antenna, attuned to the gentle hum of authority and influence. When we feel that subtle pull to comply, even when our intuition whispers otherwise, we can pause. We can take a breath, that we can ask ourselves, is this truly aligned with my own values? Am I acting out of genuine conviction, or simply out of obedience? This quiet moment of reflection is a powerful act of self-preservation, a way to ensure our actions are truly our own. Milgram's experiment, while often presented as a stark revelation, can also be seen as a gentle invitation to self-awareness. It's an encouragement to develop a critical lens through which to view the world, not with cynicism, but with a deeper understanding of human nature. It reminds us that we all possess the capacity for both compliance and resistance, and that the choice often lies in our conscious awareness and the courage to act upon it. Consider the implications in everyday life. Perhaps you're in a meeting and an idea is proposed that doesn't quite sit right with you. The authority figure in the room, perhaps a manager or a senior colleague, seems to expect universal agreement. The gentle hum of compliance begins to resonate. Milgram's work quietly reminds us that it's okay to gently question, to respectfully offer a different perspective, even if it feels counter to the prevailing tide. It's not about being confrontational, but about honoring your own reasoned thought. Or perhaps you observe a situation where someone is being treated unfairly, and the general atmosphere suggests that no one should intervene. The pressure to conform, to remain silent, can be strong. Milgram's insights subtly whisper that our individual voice, even a quiet one, can make a difference. It's about recognizing the power of individual conscience, even in the face of perceived authority. The teachings from this episode are not about becoming defiant or rebellious for its own sake. Rather, they are about cultivating a quiet strength, a gentle independence of thought. They invite us to be more present in our decisions, to inquire into the roots of our actions, and to ensure that our choices are truly our own. It's about empowering the individual, not through grand gestures, but through subtle shifts in awareness. As we continue our gentle journey towards rest, let these thoughts settle softly within you. There is no need for judgment, only for understanding. The Milgram experiment was a mirror, reflecting a facet of human behavior that was perhaps uncomfortable to behold, but ultimately enlightening. It offered a quiet truth, that while we are influenced by our surroundings, we also possess the capacity for independent thought and action. This understanding can bring a sense of peaceful empowerment. Knowing that we have the ability to choose, to question, to reflect, can ease the internal burdens of automatic compliance. It allows us to move through the world with a greater sense of authenticity, aligning our actions more closely with our deepest values. This is not a heavy task, but a gentle unfolding, like a flower slowly turning towards the sun. So, as you lie now, feeling the gentle support of the surface beneath you, allow your body to soften. Let go of any tension that may be clinging to your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. Feel the quiet rhythm of your breath, flowing in and out, a gentle wave washing over you. Imagine yourself in a peaceful garden, bathed in soft moonlight. The air is cool and still, carrying the faint scent of blossoms. You are lying on a bed of soft moss, surrounded by tall, ancient trees. The leaves rustle ever so gently in a breeze you can barely feel, a soothing whisper. With each breath in, feel a sense of calm entering your body, filling you with a gentle lightness. And with each breath out, release any remaining thoughts of the day, any lingering concerns, any small worries. Let them drift away like wisps of cloud in the night sky. Your feet feel heavy and warm, sinking deeper into the soft moss. Your calves and thighs relax, softening with each exhale. Your hips feel wide and grounded, supported by the earth beneath you. Your abdomen is soft, rising and falling with the gentle rhythm of your breath. Your chest is open and spacious, allowing for easy, flowing inhales and exhales. Your shoulders are heavy, melting away from your ears, releasing any tension they may have been holding. Your arms are long and relaxed beside you, your hands gently open, receiving the peace of the night. Your neck is soft and long, supporting your head, which feels perfectly balanced and at ease. Your facial muscles are smooth and relaxed. Your jaw is loose, your tongue resting gently in your mouth. Your eyelids are heavy, softly closed, protecting your eyes from any light. Your forehead is smooth and uncreased. You are completely at peace, safe and secure in this tranquil garden. The wisdom of understanding human nature, of recognizing the subtle forces that shape our actions, has settled gently within you. You feel a quiet confidence, a serene sense of your own capacity for independent thought and action. Rest now, knowing that you are capable of navigating the world with a gentle awareness, a kind heart, and a clear mind. Let the quiet understanding of tonight's story guide you into a deep and restorative sleep. You are whole, you are calm, you are at peace. Good night.